Dan Dickau with the Bulldog broadcast here for the Field of 68 Media Network. Just a quick recap over the last week of Gonzaga games. And really, quite frankly, I don't need to say much about the Texas game because I'm sure everybody saw it. Drew Timme's dominant performance, 37 points, 15 of 19 from the field. I mean, he literally took away Texas's will early in the game. He made it absolutely clear that he was the best player on the floor that night. He was going to dominate, that Gonzaga was going to win. Texas did make a nice little mini run towards the end to kind of make it somewhat interesting, but at the end of the day, a tremendous performance from him, great performance from Gonzaga. I think the thing that I was most impressed about was the fact that Chet Holmgren didn't force the issue. Somebody who is talked about as the number one pick in the NBA draft or being kind of in that conversation. Many times your first chance to play in front of the amount of NBA scouts that were there the other night, I heard there was 25 to 30 NBA scouts. It would have been very easy for him to press and try to make plays or try to get in on the action, so to speak. But he really didn't do that. He recognized early and realized that it was Drew Timme's night, and he didn't try to impose his own piece to the game at all. He did a really good job, I thought, just playing within himself. And I thought that was really impressive. I think that shows a ton of IQ, that shows a lot of character, that shows the ability for him to really understand the game and maybe where he fits at that point in time in a particular game. I'm sure there's going to be opportunities this year where the tables are flipped and he's the guy that's having an unbelievable breakout game. So I think I was really impressed with Chet Holmgren in those regards. They then played Alcorn State. They did a really nice job. Many times after a big win like the one against Texas, it can be easy to kind of let down. Alcorn State came in, played tough. They were quick. They were athletic. They tried to climb up defensively into Gonzaga, and I thought Gonzaga did a nice job of just taking care of business and getting better that night. Looking forward to this end of week game against Bellarmine. That one's going to be interesting. Myself and the regional TV crew, we've got the game, we got the call for KHQ and Root Sports here in the Northwest, but that game is going to be interesting. Most people don't know much about Bellarmine. They've been one of the most efficient offenses over the last few years, and it's not the type of offense that maybe many people are expecting to see, where there's post-ups, where there's dribble drive action, where there's pick and rolls. They actually run the fewest amount of pick and rolls per game in the country. They have a very pass-dominant offense. They track the amount of passes, which many teams do, but for example, a lot of teams would set a goal of let's get 200 passes so we really get the ball popping and moving, getting it side to side that game. Well, Bellarmine takes it to another level. They'll have possessions where they may not dribble the ball as soon as the offense is initiated in the front court. Obviously, you got to bring the ball up by dribbling it. But once you get into the past half court, there might be one more dribble, and that's it, the whole entire possession. They've had games charted, Bellarmine has, where there's been over 350 passes. So just something to keep an eye on. There's lots of different actions that are going to happen. Scissor cut actions, back screen, double back screen actions to get guys on the block or free them up on the perimeter for jump shots. I think this is a tremendous test for Gonzaga's youth to be able to lock in on a scouting report in practice, in shoot around, and execute it during a game. So that's something that I'm keeping my eye on. I think it's going to be fascinating to watch on Friday night's game.